Hi, very good morning to all of you. So today we're going to see a topic on human resource management, and the area is human resource management, and the topic is a very relevant and a contemporary topic in all types of organizations today. Maybe it can be a corporate company, or it can be a government organization, or it can be a education setting. Today, all type of organizations and all type of businesses, this topic is very relevant and very current with respect to the human resource domain. So the topic is mental health and employee well-being, which is a very crucial area, and a lot of research and a lot of inputs have been happening in this particular area. And there is a lot of emerging, there's a lot of yeah, ideas and suggestions and are coming out of this particular topic. So it is very right that we are currently discussing the topic in very detail. So let us get into the topic with further more details. Now, when we talk about mental health, there is always an issue of understanding. So what do you really mean by mental health? Because physical health, we really know what is a physical health. We talk about physical health, it's very clear. See, we talk about your blood pressure, we talk about your cholesterol level, you talk about your pulse level, and there are a lot of very clearly defined quantitative parameters for understanding the physical health. But mental health is something where many people don't really understand. Okay, so that understanding is very crucial. Once we understand what is the framework of mental health, then only what happens we can really judge whether how is the mental we can assess. So we need a very clear framework to understand first of all what is a mental health. So when you talk about mental health in a workplace, so see we are talking about a workplace mental health. It's not that mental health we are talking about in a particular where we actually stay in our house, but we talk about workplace mental health. So workplace mental health comprises of this following areas. It definitely comprises of the emotional part. So how emotion we are there are today, we can measure the emotional quotient like IQ, where we can really scientifically measure what is the emotional quotient. So the first part in mental health is the emotional part, and the second part is the psychological part. Psychologically, mostly related to how is your human functioning, how do you feel, basically the working of the human system. So that is the psychological part, and also the social well-being. See, when we talk about social well-being, we actually what we really mean is in a particular society, how is this person behaving socially? So that is also coming into the third dimensions. Is he socially very active, or is he socially aloof, or is he socially moderate? So these three parameters comprise the mental health being the emotional part, psychological part, and the social well-being part. And definitely, mental health definitely affects the performance of an individual in an organization and creates a lot of challenges for the organizations. And many a time, when people are affected in a mental health, there is a lot of social stigma attached to it, especially in Indian countries. Suppose a person whose mental health is not really good, then the awareness itself is very low. And second, the remedy in terms of taking proper help is actually very less. And the social stigma prevents them from seeking very help. Now, in Western countries, it's not like that. Western countries, people actually are doing a lot of things too. They actually, when there is a mental issue, they definitely take the desired treatment. But in countries like India, it's still to catch up, and it's a very long way up. Next is if you talk about the academic impact of the mental health, so how does it impact the organizations financially, economically, and as a nation? Research says that untreated mental health is actually costing billions of dollars annually for an economy, for an organization, for a particular economy as a whole. And it is a very directly related to significantly to the business performance and employ and because when employee with a very poor mental health definitely has a very strong relation to an employee turnover. When you talk about employee turnover, is actually the number of leaving employees leaving an organization in a particular period of time. So research has very clearly indicated that mental health is very strongly related to employee turnover, and also it is definitely straining also finances. That definitely has an impact on the finances. And recognizing mental health, there are definitely very clear health warning signals which really show that the person has got a mental health. One is definitely the decreased productivity, and absenteeism is definitely going to increase with respect to when a person is having a mental health issue. And the pattern is which he communicates, the clarity of communication, the frequency of communication, all goes for a toss when the person is really mentally affected. And these are all very clear indications that the person's mental health needs attention. And there's a lot of solutions today being coming out in the market with respect to mental health and work well-being. And today AI is also playing a very big role in actually with respect to technology to address the mental health challenges. And whenever an organization is found to invest in mental health, we have seen that the benefits in terms of the benefits to the organization has been increased by over 40% as an increase whenever there's an investment, the benefits. So it's a very clear indicator that organizations also financially benefit when they invest in mental health. And AI is a very big changer today. There is a lot of mental health programs which is being customized and tailored by the AI. And also, as part of the when you talk about the wellness, which is addressing the mental health issues, there are a lot of programs today, right from the regular ones which offers the wellness check-ins, right to confidential counseling services. So there's a range of bouquet of services to address the mental health through wellness strategies. And stress management is also a very important area where we can cultivate the resilience in terms of employees. And as I told earlier, technology is playing a very major role in terms of mental health support. And in an organization, the top management leadership's role is very important in mental health. Though they should see a lot of importance and concern towards the mental health of the employees. Leaders should lead the way. They should actually promote the culture that yes, mental health is very important in the organizations, and they should lead by example by practicing personal wellness. And this is also very critical, building a very supportive workplace culture where team building activities they really impact a lot in terms of improving the mental health and thereby the wellness of employees. So this should be on the high priority list. And also we should measure whenever you implement a mental health program, wellness program, you should measure the level of how is the performance of the mental, what is the impact of it by satisfaction surveys. Then we need to have a lot of very clearly defined metrics, and also post that how is the retention rate, has it been changed? Everything has to be clearly measured. And as Peter Drucker rightly says, what gets measured gets managed. So it's a very powerful statement. And the future of workplace mental health looks very promising. There'll be a lot of new programs going to come into the market. And companies are definitely going to invest a lot in terms of personalized wellness, and tech enabled is going to play a very major role. So definitely it's a very important area to be addressed. So thank you very much for the session. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. Thank you.